Hey, it's a flasher.
Gotcha.
Episode 7 of Are You Afraid of the Dark, Season 1. The Tale of the Captured Souls, a story that's told by Kiki. Now, we've seen Kiki in other episodes, but this is the first official time that this Midnight Society member gets to tell her very own story. And she starts it by, well, as I showed in the intro, taking pictures of people, showing that this episode is going to have to do with some type of picture taking. Specifically, it's the 90s with the Polaroids. Who didn't grow up with a Polaroid camera? Did you? Of course you did. You take the picture, comes right out, you wave it in the air for 15 seconds, and voila, your beautiful face appears. Character Kiki is played by Jodie Rasther. We'll see that some of these Midnight Society members have good careers afterwards, and some of them fade away. Well, Jodie herself got a good career. Specifically, she was the voice of Francine in the TV series Arthur. For all 197 episodes, from 1996 all the way to 2022, that's the way you do it. You get a voice acting role where you can wear whatever you want, show up to the studio, record your lines, and get those fat paychecks. So, good for her. I have vague memories of Arthur, but it's not a show that really grabbed me. It's no Pokemon. Kiki throws the dust on the campfire and begins the tale about a family that's going to be spending the summer in this country home, right on the lake. And it starts how a lot of horror episodes start, with the family pulling their car up into this house and remarking how mysterious it looks. The Selman family consists of a father, Doug, mother, Sally, and the main character that we're going to be seeing, Danny. And immediately, like something out of Rocky Horror Picture Show, a mysterious young boy opens the door and in a calm voice beckons them in.
Well, hello.
Hi.
And in doing my deep research on this series, oh, it was deep, I want to know who played this mysterious character, Peter. He does quite a good job. He is the main villain of this episode. And is going to be using their souls to keep himself young. And Peter's played by Ethan Tobman, who is right now hitting the zenith of his career.
I was really inspired by Korean design in approaching Starscape. Their emphasis on harmony with nature.
He did some other acting work before going into production design. And now works with a little-known pop star. You may have heard of her, Taylor Swift. Yeah, he's the production designer for Taylor Swift, specifically on the Eras tour. And he even appeared on stage on the MTV Awards with Taylor Swift and Post Malone for their song Fortnite, which I listened to. I didn't really get it, but I do like Taylor's other stuff. And he's worked with Taylor Swift on other music videos like Lavender Haze, The Man, Anti-Hero. Okay, I like that one. And it seems like he's been working with her for about 7 years or so. Considering how successful the Eras tour is, and he's the main designer of what the stage is going to look like, he's going to be around for a very long time, collecting huge paychecks. Not like Arthur paychecks, Taylor Swift paychecks. And I'm not going to congratulate her on our marriage. Travis Kelce is a dork, and she should be marrying me. So, back to the story. We have Peter welcoming them in, mentioning that his parents are away, and he's going to be the innkeeper. Since it's Are You Afraid of the Dark, they have to keep the main characters at that 10, 11, 12, maybe 13 age range. And this inn is really a house, and he mentions there aren't going to be any other guests. So they're basically renting this house for the summer. This creepy little kid walking around, looking like someone from Pagemaster. We then see Danny playing baseball outside with her dad, while playing catch, and Peter tries to join in, but we see that he's very unathletic and geeky. Then they go to take a picture, and he's very scared of that and runs away. So at this point, we just think he's an awkward, shy kid, but then we see him up in his lair, and he has this machine that he uses to take people's souls. And he has cameras set up around the house that he puts in the mirrors to monitor the Selman family. And every time they go to look in one of these mirrors, they begin to age. So Danny sees her father and mother age very, very rapidly as Peter using their souls to make himself younger. Yeah, apparently Peter, little creepy kid, is a really old guy who, in order to stay 12 years old, I don't know why the hell you'd want to stay 12 years old your entire life. Stay like 22 or something. That's what I would do. Why the hell why I want to be 12? But Peter does want to remain 12 forever. So he sucks their life force and makes them age. However, the girl character, Danny, is able to dodge this because she begins to have a breakout of pimples and doesn't want to look in the mirror because she thinks she's ugly.
Really is wonderful.
So Danielle goes snooping around the house and finds Peter's room with the cameras and secret passageways and his soul-sucking anti-aging machine. And what's interesting about this one, compared to the other episodes that we've seen, is usually the parents are out of the way. They go out for the night, they're sleeping, and the kids are playing when they're not supposed to. But in this case, both of the parents are aging rapidly because of this machine. So they're still there, but they're completely helpless. They can barely move or talk. So they're going to be no help in being able to stop Peter. And that was his plan all along. Makes them age very, very fast so that he can stay young. And they don't have the ability or strength to fight him. But we've also seen that Peter seems to take a liking to Danielle, as he calls her, though she likes being called Danny. It actually gives her a choice. Rather than her just aging like her parents, and I guess eventually dying, he offers her a choice to come join him, and they could be young together forever. I believe he's a bit smitten and wants her to be his girlfriend. But she says no, and shoves him in the aging machine, and cranks it to 11.
You're doing. You're stealing other people's souls so you can stay young.
Don't be foolish, Danielle. I'm offering you eternal youth.
You're a twisted old man.
Yeah, don't do anything.
So another very creative Are You Afraid of the Dark episode. Character with actually good acting. There's 4 characters and all 4 do a good job. Peter using his suave and sly tactics. And Danielle being upbeat and very smart. They also make you think that the camera that they introduce early on is going to play more a role in this one, but it seems like he just doesn't like cameras, and she'll sometimes take a picture of him and then run away. That has less to do with something like Fatal Frame as it does with the Stefan machine from Family Matters. That's what this thing looks like. He's going to turn into Stefan. So far in Season 1, I'd say that we haven't run into any episode that is really bad. Even in a kids series, they're giving you twists and turns, making you think it's going to be about cameras, switching it to an anti-aging machine. He offers her a deal, she says no. The parents then resort back to normal after she shoves him in the machine, and he's now his real age, which is really old. And now for some fun facts. It says here, according to DJ McHale, who is the director of this episode and over 20 other episodes, as well as being a producer for Are You Afraid of the Dark. This episode was inspired by The Picture of Dorian Gray, which was an 1890 Gothic horror book written by Oscar Wilde. And reading the synopsis of Dorian Gray, this sounds absolutely nothing like the episode, but it does have to do with someone choosing to age. Dorian pursues a libertine life of varied, immoral experiences, while staying young and beautiful. All the while, his portrait ages and visually records every one of Dorian's sins. It's just like the X-rated version of this episode. And I'm pretty sure that story is where 50 Shades of Grey got the main character's name as well. Not that I've seen it, or will ever be reviewing it. And another comment from DJ McHale. He said that he thought he'd get in trouble for a part where Danny notices she's growing breasts and feels they couldn't get away with it today. It was initially not in the script. I don't remember that part at all. It must have been a very, very brief part where she just looks in the mirror and smirks at them. They'll throw in some adult jokes like I showed in the intro where they say, oh, it's a flasher, and they're really taking pictures of people. Kind of like they do in like Shrek movies. Next up is The Tale of the Nightly Neighbors, episode 8 of season 1 of Are You Afraid of the Dark, where a mysterious family moves in right next door at night. Can you believe that? They moved in at night. Oh yeah, they're also from Ukraine. Not sure why they didn't choose a country like Romania. That's usually like old Eastern Bloc countries they would choose, like Transylvania and stuff. But these guys are from Ukraine, so we'll get into hardcore social political commentary on that one. Not really. So check that one out, Slava Ukraine, and also check out our playlist for all the other series that we've covered, like Black Mirror, Mystery Science Theater 3000, Tales from the Dark Side, Monsters Fear Itself, Pet Shop of Horrors. Thanks a lot.